Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to today's session delivered to you by Ms. Rahat Fatima. This session is about algebra, in which we're going to learn about linear equations. This is grade 6 mathematics O-level studies. So let's begin. Objectives for today. In today's video, we'll be recalling what algebra is. We'll be understanding different terminologies like terms, expressions, and equations. We'll be looking at what basically linear equations are with the help of real-life applications, and then we will look at different questions related to it. So let's boom in. So the first most thing we have to look at is what is basically algebra. Algebra is the study of unknown. Whatever we don't know in mathematics, we investigate in algebra. जो भी चीज़ें हमें मालूम नहीं होती, जो भी हमें values पता नहीं होती हैं in mathematics, we find those values with the help of algebra. So, how come? How do we actually find out our values in algebra? Let me give you an example. Think of a number. एक number सोचें. Think of a number. I add 5 with it. उस समय 5 plus किया and I'm going to get 10 as the answer. What was the number? Yes, you're right. The number is 5. The number is 5. If I add 5 plus 5, I'm going to get 10. But the thing is that this was a really easy example. So what we do in algebra is that for complex question, we investigate the unknown values which we are not known with the help of different methodologies given to us by algebra. Let me give you another example. Let's suppose I have a question that is, the question is some number. If I multiply it with 2, I'm going to get 8. Which number, if I multiply with 2, I will get 8? Think about the number. कौन सा नंबर हम लोग 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे कि हमारे पास आंसर 8 आएगा? Yes, you're right. That is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 gives us 8. So if you see over here, 4 is an unknown number which we don't know. So we just got to know because we already know the tables. But if there was some difficult number here, we won't be able to find it out very easily. अगर कोई मुश्किल नंबर होता तो उसको हम फाइंड ही ना कर पाते. So in that scenario we use algebra. वो नंबर्स जो हमें पता नहीं होते हैं या वो वैल्यूज़ जो हमें पता नहीं होती हैं, जो हमें मालूम नहीं होती हैं, उनको हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ अल्फ़ाबेट्स फ्रॉम A to Z. Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G and so on. हम मुख्तलिफ लेटर्स के थ्रू रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं अननोन वैल्यूज़ को. वी रिप्रेजेंट अननोन वैल्यूज़ थ्रू लेटर्स. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ़ आई डोंट नो व्हाट नंबर टू मल्टीप्लाई विद 2 which would give me 8, I can just simply write it X. X is the most famous number. Everyone loves X. So everyone would like to use X in mathematics, but we can also use A, B, C, D, E, F, G as well. But X is the most popular alphabet we use. So this is what basically algebra is. So let's move on to different terminologies to look at what is algebra composed of. Algebra में basically क्या क्या होता है. So first thing we'll be looking at is term. पहली चीज़ जो हमें देखनी है वो क्या है? टर्म. टर्म क्या होता है? टर्म इज़ मेड अप ऑफ 2 things. One is the alphabet and the other is the number. For example, 2x, 3x, 4x. Again, term is a value in algebra which is composed of 2 things. जो दो चीज़ों से मिलकर बनी हुई है. एक होता है हमारे पास x, that is the unknown value जिसको अभी हम समझ चुके हैं कि अल्फ़ाबेट से मतलब कोई भी ऐसी वैल्यू जो हमें पता नहीं है. ठीक है? So 2 is a number. But in mathematics what we do is हम जो हैं let me give an example of a term that is 3x. This is our alphabet and this is our number. Alphabets को हम लोग algebra में variables कहते हैं. Variable से मुराद ऐसी कोई value जो हमें पता नहीं है, जो हमारे लिए unknown है. अगर आप इस word को, if you go and search this word variables in the dictionary, you will come to know that variables are actually those values which will change, which will vary, which is not going to be the same every time. So let's suppose if I have a question 3x. So इसमें x की value कुछ और होगी, और अगर मैं आपको question लिखूँ let's suppose 4x, so here the x might be something else. So the x value is not going to be the same, right? So let's focus on to the first question, that is 3x. So x is the variable. Any number which is unknown, which we don't know, is known as the variable. And the number 3 is actually the coefficient. We call it coefficient. Let's start again. We have algebra. The first thing we have in algebra is the term, which is made up of two things, coefficient and variables. So if I say numbers, you have to say coefficient. If I say letters, you have to say variable. So let's do it. Let me repeat it for you and let you say it. So number is coefficient and alphabets are variables. So let's move on. Second thing we have after terms is basically expression. So if I talk about expression, how they are formed, let's take an example. You might have seen your teachers decorating your classrooms. Let's suppose it's somebody's birthday. So what your teachers will do is they will take some cards, and then what your teacher will be doing is she's going to connect these cards with some ribbon, and then she's going to put it up. So let me teach you what basically expression is. This triangle shape is nothing but your terms. I'm going to write it with T. This is your terms. And this orange ribbon is nothing but your operations. What do I mean by the word operations? Operations are nothing but, if you look at the word operation in dictionaries, कोई काम, कोई भी activity. So in mathematics we have basically 4 to 5 operations. So what are they? They are actually plus, minus, multiplication, division. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect all the terms, different terms, with the help of some operations like plus, minus, multiplication. जब हम बहुत सारे terms को एक साथ join करते हैं, connect करते हैं different operations के साथ, that is plus, minus, multiplication, division, so we get expression. So let's take an example for that. For example, let's suppose I have 3 terms like 4x, 5x. Let's take 5 terms. Let's suppose if I have different color, 3y, 5y. Now I'm going to join these terms with the help of some ribbons. So I have 2 ribbons. I'm going to use 2 famous, because in mathematics when I see a expression, we have plus and minus as our most famous operations or ribbons here. So let's take plus and minus. Now it's all up to you how you join it. So let's suppose if I have taken 4x plus 5x. Now I'm going to change the color. Minus, let's take red this time, not red, orange. So 3y plus 5y. So if you see over here, I've connected different terms with the help of expression, with the help of some ribbons that are plus and minus. If I simplify it, So 4x plus 5x minus 3y plus 5y. So if I add the terms together, now when you're adding the terms, you have to make sure that you're keeping the like terms together. What do I mean by the like term? What is basically like terms here? Let me give you an example. You have your family, I have my family. Your friends have their family. Now your family is different, my family is different, your friend's family is different. Let me give you another example. If you go into a wedding of your friend or your relative, on one table, each family sits. For example, if there are 5 people coming out there, so each table, per family will sit. On the first table, your family will be sitting over there. On the second table, another friend's family is going to sit over there. So if you see over here, each table is going to have a different family. Yes, in some scenarios when there are not enough tables, you can mix up the families there. But what usually happens is that individual family sits. You won't go and sit with some other's family, right? You'll be sitting with your own family. So over here, if you see, those terms which have same letters, for example, like 4x, 5x, they have the same letter x. So these two terms are from the same family. Whereas if I talk about 3y and 5y, these terms have the same letter y. So these are from the same family. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify terms within the same family. So if I look over here, 4x plus 5x gives me 9x. 4 plus 5 is 9x. Then we will be having a subtraction sign in between, minus. Then goes 3y and 5y. 3y plus 5y are going to be of the same family. So I'll just add them together. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And then y will be there down. So I'm going to get the answer, that is 9x minus 8y. Now I can't add or subtract these two numbers. Why? Because these two numbers, they are not numbers actually, they are terms. So why I can't add or subtract these two terms? Because these are from different family. This is x family and this is y family. So I hope it's clear. So when I join different terms, I was talking about terms actually. So we just went into adding and subtracting term. So when I add or subtract different terms, I get an expression. This is nothing but an algebraic expression. So this is our algebraic expression. When I join different terms with the help of plus and minus sign, I get algebraic expression. So now let's look at what happens the next. So let's suppose if I have 9x minus 8y. So this is my algebraic expression. So let's recall a bit again. We started with algebra. Algebra is first beginning with a simplest unit, that is term. Term is made up of two things. One is the coefficient, that is the number, and the other thing is the alphabet, that is the variable. When I join different terms together with the help of plus, minus, multiplication and division, I get algebraic expression. Now let's look at further what we get further in algebra. So now if I join टू एल्जेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन, अगर मैं कोई भी दो एल्जेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन को जॉइन करूं, मिला दूं आपस में इक्वल टू साइन के ज़रिए, with the help of an equal to sign, I will be getting what? Guess what? With the name of equal to sign, I'm going to get, yes, I'm going to get algebraic equation. So let's look at another example. Let's rub it off. So for example, if I'm going to have a different expression, एक हमारे पास expression already ऊपर लिखा हुआ, that is 9x minus 8y. Let me take another example of an expression. that is, let's suppose 2x plus 4y. So if I join these two expressions, अगर हम इन दोनों expressions को आपस में मिला दें, what you will get? We will get an algebraic equation. लेकिन मिलाना किसके थ्रू है? मिलाना है इनको equal to sign के ज़रिए. So let's join them up together again. Let me rewrite everything again. So we had 9x minus 8y. I'm going to join this with the help of an equal to sign, and then I have a different algebraic expression, that is 2x plus 4y. So if you see over here, this was my first algebraic expression, this is my second algebraic expression, and now when I join these two algebraic expressions with the help of an equal to sign, which is just in the center, we get a new thing, that is algebraic equation. We get algebraic equation. Now let me just summarize everything to you. Do you guys ever use ropes at home? क्या आप लोगों के घर में कभी रस्सियाँ देखी हैं? हम बात करते हैं रस्सियों की. रस्सी किससे बनी होती है? The rope is made up of threads. धागे से बनी होती है. So let's say कि वो जो धागा है वो आपका एक टर्म है. धागा यानी term. Term is made up of two things, letters and alphabets. Sorry, letters and numbers. Letters are actually basically your variables and the number is known as the coefficient. आपने जब दो धागों को या तीन धागों को या चार धागों को जब आपने आपस में जोड़ना शुरू किया, so what you're going to get is you're going to get somewhat ropes. ठीक है, आपके पास रस्सी बनना स्टार्ट हो गई. सो सिमिलरली जब आप बहुत सारे टर्म्स को मैथ्स में जॉइन करते हो, प्लस माइनस मल्टीप्लिकेशन डिवीजन के ज़रिए, तो आपके पास एक क्या बनने लगती है? आपके पास एक अलजेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन बनने लगती है. ना लेट्स सपोज कि अब आपके पास एक रस्सी तैयार हो गई. अब आपको इस रस्सी को थोड़ा लंबा करना है. सो व्हाट यू गोना डू इज यू गोना जॉइन टू रोप्स. आपने दो रस्सियाँ ली, उनके दरमियान एक नॉट लगाई, एक गिरा लगाई, तो आपके पास क्या बन गई? आपके पास एक लंबी सी रस्सी बन गई. सिमिलरली जब मैंने दो अलजेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन जब मैंने लिए, उनको जब मैंने जॉइन किया इक्वल टू साइन के ज़रिए, तो मेरे पास एक अलजेब्रिक इक्वेशन बन गई. नाउ दिस अलजेब्रिक इक्वेशंस आर ऑफ मैनी टाइप. अलजेब्रिक इक्वेशंस बहुत तरह की टाइप्स की होती हैं. हम बात करेंगे दो टाइप्स की. एक होती है हमारे पास लीनियर. अभी तो हम लीनियर के बारे से बात करेंगे. टुडे इज जस्ट इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट लीनियर, एंड देन ही विल टॉक अबाउट नॉन लीनियर. Linear and non-linear equations. I'm going to refer to a book, that is Oxford Mathematics book D1 series for grade 6. We actually use D1 series from grade 6 to 7, D2 from 8 to 9, 7 to 8 and 8 to 9, and then we use D3 series from 9 to 10 and D4 and 11 actually. So I'm going to refer to D1 series, Olevel Mathematics Oxford book, that is 7th edition. Now, so in this picture you can, so yes, on the screen you can see a picture which shows two columns, linear equations and non-linear equations. Actually our algebraic equations are of two types. The first is linear equation and the other is non-linear equation. So what are basically linear equations? If you look at the word linear, if you search the meaning of this word in dictionaries, you get that linear actually means one direction, straight, either going up, either going down, no right, no left, no up, no down. सिर्फ सीधा रास्ता. So what is linear equation over here? Just notice all the equations right here. इसको देखें, look at all the equations. What do you see? And then focus on all the non-linear ones. Yes, you may be right that all the letters, unknown values over here are having power 1. x की power 1 है. Here x की power 1, x की power 1, y की power x की power 1, x, y, z तीनों की power 1. What do I mean by that? जब किसी भी नंबर की पावर 1 होती है, 2 की पावर मतलब 1 का मतलब होता है कि नंबर 2, यानी 2 1 टाइम. बट इफ़ आई से दैट 2 की पावर 2 है, 2 की पावर इफ़ आई से 2 की पावर 2 है, तो इसका मतलब होता है कि हम 2 को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं 2 टाइम्स. लीनियर इक्वेशन बेसिकली वो इक्वेशंस होती हैं जिनमें x की पावर 1 हो. यू कैन सी दैट हियर x की पावर 1 है. x की पावर 1 मतलब x ओनली 1 टाइम है, ठीक है. बट इफ़ यू सी नॉन लीनियर इक्वेशन, व्हाट हैपन्स इज दैट दे आर इक्वेशंस इन विच दे आर powers of x more than 1. You can see here the power of x is 2, here the power of x is 3, here the power of x is 3 again, power of x is 1. So basically non-linear equations are those equations in which x power is more than 1. Fine. So we will look at linear equations in detail in the next videos inshallah. That's all with the class today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.